Hey guys. Sorry for the quick transition. Didn't really feel like playing the hyped up intro today. So hopefully everybody gets that. Thanks for coming out here and letting me chat with you guys for a little bit. Everybody hear me okay? Cool. I went and found a beach because as much as I like to think of Stream, you know, as I've said it before, as my vacation, sometimes I need the visual. Just to help. So we got a beach. We're gonna be on the beach. And it's, well, I got notes. I made notes because I don't want to do this off the cuff because I feel like there's too much to do to have it feel. So stick with me here. Okay, so what I'm going to do, the format of this is, obviously we're not playing games right now, we're just talking. So what I want to do is I want to get it out. I want to talk. I want to just use this time as a time to just lay it out there, just share a lot. I might start off by just doing a lot of talking. And then we're going to converse back and forth. I don't want it to get too fragmented. I want to make sure I get all this stuff kind of out there, and so if I miss something, you write to me. I'm sorry. I promise I'll just say it again. After I kind of get through. So I'll be reading along, but I probably won't directly respond to anything. Okay. So to kick it off, looking at the status of this year. Wow. I think before I can feel good acknowledging my personal struggle today, I have to acknowledge that there are larger struggles than this happen right now. There's more going on. We're still in a time of revolution that we need to have for racial equality in this country. We're in a time of immense bravery on the part of women all over the industry coming out and sharing horrible experiences of abuse. And to my black friends, I stand with you and I support you, and I will do anything that I can to learn and educate myself to be better and to help bring an end to systemic racism. To my women friends that are risking so much, it's sad to say that they're risking so much to come forward and out abusers. I stand with you. I hear you. I want to listen and learn and be here as someone who validates your experience and tells you that it's okay to get scum out of our platform and out of our space. There's so many huge things happening in 2020. It's been a year, man. And it was important to, and it was and is important to keep acknowledging those things. Those things are still happening. Today's Mixer news and how it impacts Stream and this community does not lessen those things, and it doesn't make them go away, and it doesn't mean that we as a community care about them any less. Those are fights we need to keep fighting, and we're gonna. Over the last month and over the last 6 months, I guess, really technically, especially over the last month, I'm drained, and I'm tired, and I'm not sleeping much, and that's not to say that that's an issue, because you know why I'm drained and I'm tired and I'm exhausted? Because these things are important and because they need to be dealt with. And that's a good reason to be drained. If you're drained from all this because you're sick of reading it on Twitter and you wish it could go away, that's not the good kind of drained. I encourage all of us to be the good kind of drained and exhausted, because we're offering empathy and because we're offering support and care for people who need it, people we love. That's a good kind of drain to be. Does it suck? Yep. And it's going to suck for a while. And that's okay. Because we're in this together. And we have support systems in place with online communities and stream families and role models and people we look up to that can help us persevere, because of how important it is to persevere. So that kind of brings me to my next point of empathy is a difficult thing to manage. All right. So if anybody's like me, I'm an empath. I am someone who I have. I'll share this with you in an effort of transparency tonight. I am someone who has very little practical life skills. Pretty bad at math. I struggle to remember when to get on the banking app and do the bills. Set reminders in my phone. I don't have a very good business sense. I'm not, someone who can understand the ins and outs of investing and the stock market, and I'm not very handy. I don't craft well. I don't have very many practical life skills. But one of the things that I do have is an ability to empathize. It's been something that's been an immense asset to me in relationship building and helping people I care about feel heard and loved. And it's been a huge detriment because in times like this, where there's a constant onslaught of stuff going on, that would be something that you would want to be empathetic towards. There are a lot of people in a lot of situations I feel empathy. And that is hard sometimes. This weekend in particular has been an immense amount of empathy overload. And it's been something I've been struggling with. So I just want you guys to know. We're doing all this. There's a note here because I think it's important to call this out. We're doing all this during a global pandemic that has not stopped. In fact, it's probably worse. And it needs to be worse because there are things happening in the world that have to happen. So, what we're dealing with today is not a cultural issue. It's not a illness. It's not an abuser. I mean, people are abusers. But what's happening here today is not a cultural issue. But it's an issue and it's important to this community. And while we're sitting here and acknowledging all that's going on in the world and all that's going on in the country, because they're big and important cultural issues, I want to validate for all of us and for myself, because this is difficult for me too, to say that we are okay to meet here, to sit here, and to talk about this small by comparison issue because it's important to us. It's important to this community. And that's okay. I can tell you that today, when I was taking a long walk and trying to get my head straight, that I felt a lot of guilt caring so much about this, because it was hard not to let myself think that it meant that I cared less about other things. But that's not true. So just keep that at the forefront of everybody's mind. Okay? This is something that's important to us, and we're going to let it be important to us, and we're going to talk about it. And that's okay. So, I see Mixer shutting down as kind of bringing myself to a fork in the road, right? You think you've got two options. And no, shockingly, I'm not just talking about whether I'm going to Facebook. There's more than that to this. I can either see this moment, this time, as a time of defeat and an undoing of the last 2 years of my life on Mixer, or I can see this as an opportunity. And I would like to tell you that my instant response to this happening was that I stood up in my chair after I read Mixer's tweet and I went, man, all right, well, we'll just get him on the next platform. And that's not where my mind went first. Everybody's seen those scenes in movies where there's a chase happening and some idiot runs blindly around a corner and catches like a 2x4 to the face. If you just wrote Mixer's tweet about shutting down on that 2x4, I'm the idiot that ran around the corner. That's how I felt this morning. And I think metaphorically being down on the ground, feeling like, you know, with everything happening, that I was already kind of getting beat up. Not personally, but just that, the empathy, the industry's getting beat up. The world's getting beat up. We're all getting beat up. That this news with Mixer doesn't mean I'm not getting it. Does it hurt? Yep. Sure does. Am I confused, scared? Do I have a million things going through my mind? Yeah, I think a lot of creators do. But we got to get up. You see in the title of the stream, quote from Thor, popped into my head while I was on my walk today. Nobody told it to me. I just kind of don't know why. My mind just went there. And I think it has a lot of application. Before I go into kind of moving forward, I want to just be honest and open and transparent about a process that I've not ever shared with the community. And that is, and that's been my journey pursuing partnership with this platform, which I now no longer have any reservations about sharing. Strange how that works. And I think that I've kind of tried to play the kind of spare you the nonsense card a lot. You know, you guys have been, I get asked a lot, hey, why aren't you a partner? Why didn't you partner? Why can't I sub? Where's all this stuff? What's going on? And, you know, I remember there were a few times where I told the community, oh, you know, I got a note back. It's not the right time for me. And you know, I think that I want to take this next few minutes here to be open and honest about exactly what happened. Exactly the reasons I was told no. Because I feel like you guys deserve to know that. Now that I know it doesn't impact my future chances of being partner, whether or not I pulled back the curtain, let's pull back. Let's pull back the curtain. So first time I applied for partnership was about a year ago, I suppose. We crossed about 24 to 500 followers here, which was, of course, 2000's a Mixer benchmark. And Mixer had been kind of freshly toting we'd like more than just Fortnite partners. So if you're looking at your content diversity, we're looking at the quality of what you're creating. We're looking at, you know, the things that you're doing and how you can benefit the platform. And that was kind of a sign for me, you know, hey, maybe it's time. It was also around the time that Apex was new. And some of you guys actually may even remember this, but I was invited to do a co-stream of Apex with Ruffles, who was partnered here at the time, and his girlfriend Bree, who are both close friends of mine. They live locally. I hang out with them. Well, used to before COVID. Real life hangouts all the time. Great people. And so we played together. We had a night of Apex, and it was a fantastic time. We had a blast. Unfortunately, that night of Apex came during the 4-week partner review process following my application, where they look on the last 4 weeks and they kind of, look at your analytics and everything. My note said it was an automatic rejection. It wasn't a person, it was a bot. and the bot said, we see that you are an Apex streamer. And the concurrent viewership requirement for popular games like Apex is 40 viewers average. You are averaging 39. Your partnership's denied. Try again in 60 days. So, I was kind of shocked because I really hadn't remembered playing very much Apex, because I'd done the one night with my friends, and that was enough to kind of group me in a crowd. Now, which at that time, I mean, I don't know if you guys remember, but at that time, that's 2019. You know, Destiny was pretty kicking back then. Forsaken was new. Things were looking well, you know, so 39 CCV for Destiny creator on Mixer back then, that was pretty good. But it was confusing and hurtful on two levels. One, I'm not an Apex streamer. You guys, doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. If a person had gone to my VODs, they would see that stream wasn't even in the history anymore. It was gone. It was already 2 weeks past. The other thing is that I felt a little betrayed by the mission statement of looking at quality of content over metrics. You know, I understand that there has to be some certain level of metrics that comes into play. I from a business standpoint, that makes sense. But it was like, wow. I mean, that literally means that not a single person bothered to go click my name. Too bad. So I told the community it wasn't our time, and I waited and I waited and I waited, and the second time, 60 days later or so, was much longer than that. I think it was more or less the fall. I think I waited till October. From May to October, I waited a little bit of time. Went back in. We just crossed about, I don't know, 3,800 followers, something like that. So still keeping the growth coming. People were enjoying the content. It was looking good. Destiny was rocking. Did Shadowkeep, right? So I applied, and I decided to go a little bit bigger this time. We'd done a lot of work for charity in 2019. Between that period that I waited, we raised $5,000 for Extra Life. It's crazy. Or $5,000 over the year for various charities, St. Jude's and Extra Life. We kind of built up Saturday Destiny as a thing, which is pretty cool. And so I applied. And again, I was turned down. This time it would seem as though someone did click my channel. Only this time it was also a no. And the reason why it was a no was because, well, I mean, I can paraphrase. We noticed that you currently don't have a schedule graphic in your bio section of your channel. So unfortunately, we're not going to be able to partner you at the time. Please try again in 90 days. So they extended the time period for me to delay my partnership by another 30 days. It's tough. And again, this kind of felt like a punch to the gut on two levels. Two different levels. Well, one level the same, one different. This time somebody did look at the channel, which was good. And they noticed that, you know, that issue that at the time, I'll tell you, was true. If you scroll down beneath me right now, you can see there's a big old schedule graphic now. There's there. You want to know when that schedule graphic got there, guys? You want to know when that got uploaded? That day. About 30 minutes after I had got the rejection notice. So to me, in my mind, I don't think it would have been unfair to have somebody say, hey, we looked at your channel, your content looks good. We'd like to move forward with partnership, but we just need you to have a schedule graphic uploaded, before the end of the conversation. It's simple. It's a back and forth on an email. Would have been pretty easy to do. Clearly it was, because I put it up that afternoon anyway. And then again, feeling a little bit betrayed by the fact that that was the second time I'd been rejected for nothing that had anything to do with the quality of the content that I created, or the environment that I built, the community that I was fostering, or any of the things that are in the mission statement for becoming a partner on this platform. So again, I told the community, and I apologize for this in retrospect because I feel like it was silly. But I told you guys that, again, they had decided it wasn't our time. And I should have been more transparent with you guys then. Which brings me to the most recent application. That happened in February. We were not quite on quarantine. I had decided there was going to be, this was going to be the one. This was going to be the one. I was like, man, we're rocking. We're breaching 4K on the platform. Doing great streams. Feels good. And I decided to go one step further, a notch above, just try to go the extra mile, right? We talk about that a lot. So I asked some of my closest creator friends, people I trusted, people who I felt like I could rely on. Some of them are in here now, to help me record a video for YouTube that I would post privately. That was kind of a meme and kind of a testimonial video that was mimicking the scene from Zoolander, where a bunch of people say nice things about Zoolander, but they're ridiculous. Okay, do you think I should show it, Ty? All right, well. I'll show it. All right. How did you see it? Oh, did you see it? Did somebody still? Uh-oh. That wasn't supposed to happen. All right. I suppose I'll show it, and we'll come back to my beach. It's unlisted, so it's probably just. Let me see. Look at me looking at my own YouTube channel. That's weird. How do I even get to it? Oh, I'm mirrored. You're right. Yeah. YouTube Studio. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Oof. Oh, I don't want to learn more about YouTube Studio. Videos. Here we go. Well, guys, I can tell you that it didn't do much for me as the views stayed the same from the 2 times that I watched it. So nobody from the partnerships team ever saw this, which is a huge bummer. Let's flip it around for everybody. Okay. And I will hide myself here. You'll still be able to hear me, but let's take a look together, shall we?
Let me tell you, Big Daddy Tej is not just a streamer on Mixer. He is streaming on Mixer.
And my daughter keeps singing Crispy New Follows.
I just love when he says we're gonna play a different game, but then he just plays Destiny. Like, classic Tej, right?
It took me years to understand the true genius of Big Daddy Tej. At first it was just falsetto and an unbridled enthusiasm for snapbacks, but then everything changed.
I think about BDT every time somebody hits the host button, and I just want to sing, good host love. That's how it goes, right?
What's it like to be married to Big Daddy Tej? Well, I have to run a lot of security. There are hundreds of fans at every convention.
If you haven't spent your Saturday morning watching Saturday Destiny with Tej, you're doing Saturday wrong.
Without Big Daddy Tej, hashtag Saturday Destiny would just be Saturday.
I am part manager, part bouncer, part wife, part cook.
Every night when I go to sleep, all I can hear is, thanks for that crispy new follow. Ooh, ooh, ooh. It's great.
I can't fall asleep if I don't hear the crispy new follow jingle.
I definitely think Tej could be president. It's like so obvious.
Constantly growing, constantly evolving, and constantly making people happy.
Thanks for the love, guys.
Let me tell you, Big Daddy Tej is not just...
All right, we won't do it again. We will get back to our beach time, though. So I decided to step it up a notch, and I asked some really, really kind friends to send me videos, and they did it. And I cannot thank all those creators enough. Fef, I think you're in here. Ty is in here. Obviously, my wife was in there. And just people who really came together to make that happen. And I mean, it was humbling, really, to see the amount of support. So I'm sorry that no one at Mixers ever saw it, but I saw it, and this community just saw it, and now it means so much more now that I've been able to share that with you guys. So I included that as like a little added bonus for the application. The moral of the story for the third application was that, again, it was a no. So in spite of the charity streaming and in spite of the kind of effort that we were building and things that we were doing, the answer was no. This time may have been more of a grasping for straws than even the previous two, which was that we're just looking and again, I'll paraphrase. We don't see the amount of numbers that we're looking for partnership. No directory specifics, no specificity at all into what it is that they were referring to. Just that. Just your numbers aren't high. Which is not something that you can really use to grow, because it wasn't something that I knew how to... I don't know what numbers to improve. My follower numbers, which were about 4,500 concurrent viewers in a small directory, I guess this matters more than they may be led on that it does. So it was a process, a 3-time process that I still have not. I am not yet eligible, even if this hadn't happened. July was the next time, and believe it or not, about a week ago, I told you guys that I had some big things to talk to the community about, and that I couldn't wait to do it. And it was gonna be that I really was gonna trust the community a lot more. I was gonna be more transparent with the partnership application process, and if they wanted numbers, I was going to just come to you and trust you and ask if we could work together to make it happen. That was gonna be my big thing, and I had this whole plan laid out about how we were gonna do it and all this different stuff. But now, obviously, we won't get that opportunity. That's not a thing we're gonna be able to do, even in July, because Mix will be gone. But here we are tonight. So, does that just pause YouTube? Oh, I had to get the lo-fi back. Hold, please. There we are. So, now you guys know the past. And you know the things that I have kept from you. And I apologize for keeping them from you. I shouldn't have done that. And I thought I was doing what was best for the channel. and now it's time to talk about how we move forward. What I can tell you right now is that if you're hanging out for me to drop a big logo on the screen and tell you here's where we're going and here's the URL, that's not going to happen tonight. Mixer's announcement is less than 24 hours old. This is a clotheslining moment, and I am doing research right now. I am learning, and I am talking, and I am networking, and I am doing everything I can to find out how to transition our community to the best possible place for us to go. And as soon as I know that, you will know. I swear. Absolutely. So, how do we go forward? We talked about being able to see this as a defeat and an undoing of 2 years, or as an opportunity for me to lead this community into the next chapter of my streaming journey. And I want you to know that although I don't have all the answers today, that's the route I'm taking. You guys have supported me and trusted me and done so much to build me up, and I want you to know that I'm not going to stay down. I'm not going to let this win. We will win. Because Asgard's not a place, it's a people. Okay? So let's talk about it. Guys, by the way, also, I am reading every single comment being posted in the chat, and I know that I'm not directly responding to all of it, but I want you guys to know that it's making a huge difference to me. So thank you. From the bottom of my heart for everything that's being put in the chat. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, what I have to start with, and this is a time of evaluation. This is a time of revisiting things. Okay, the way that we're looking at this is whether I like it or not, whether we want it or not. This is a reset. I'm not a Mixer partner. I wasn't monetized. I don't have the same opportunities changing over as my partnered counterparts, which is not to say that I have any resentment or bitterness towards these people. I love that they're getting to just kind of continue to do what they love to do. I think for me, what this means is that I've got options and I've got a little bit more consideration to make to figure out what is the right choice for me. So what that means is that we're going all the way back to goal setting. Okay. Strategy 101, when you set out to accomplish anything, so you gotta have a goal in mind. You gotta know what you want to do. And so I decided to write some of that stuff down. Okay. So, and again, I said it on Twitter. I'll say it here again. This is a moment of transparency for me. I hope that none of this comes as a surprise. If it does, I want to know. But I want you guys to know exactly where I'm coming from because I trust you guys with this information. Simple as that. All right. So what do I want to do with streaming? I want to play Destiny. I want to enrich lives through charity and through cultivating relationships with viewers. I want to create a safe place that promotes a moral humanity and positive reinforcement. And I want to grow streaming into a career. Hopefully, those things don't come as surprises. But those are my goals. My goals are not to be the most subscribed to channel on Twitch. My goals are not to win tournaments. My goals are centered around what they've always been centered around, which is community, tolerance, acceptance, love, enriching lives. That's it. And we have a visitor. Would you like to pop in and say hello? You can be on the beach with me. Do you want to come on the beach? You're like, you gotta come like, yeah, it's a little weird with you over there. You're about to work? Oh, you're gonna have a workout? What are you doing tonight? Just Dance. She's gonna be doing some Just Dance. No, she's not streaming it. Sorry. Okay. Okay. So instead of yoga, we're doing Just Dance. It's fun. Don't pay attention to the lady behind the palm tree. Yeah. It's Wild Amanda plug. That's right. Yeah, guys. You can catch her at caffeine.tv. All right. No jokes yet. I've just been reprimanded. we're just everybody is good. I mean, everybody is here. I'm not gonna say everybody's good because I don't think we're good. I think we're moving forward as a community. I have just got done sharing my entire partnership experience. Yeah, it does feel good. They've been very supportive. Everyone has just seen the video that the partners helped me put together. So, and Beth was in here, ties and part of that. Yeah, you're in there. You are in there. People like that you're a bouncer. That was like the most like commented on thing, that you run interference for security. Yeah, it's true. Okay. And now we're talking about moving forward. Good luck with the Just Dance. Shaking. Oh, okay. Yeah, the whole house is gonna shake. You're gonna make the stream room quake, y'all. It's gonna be legit. Okay. Anyway, that was a nice visit. Thank you to my wife for popping in and saying hello. So those are the goals. We talked about goal setting, okay, and making sure that you have goals lined up for those things. So hopefully those things don't come as a surprise. So now we look at platform options. Okay, I have several questions which I'm going to do at the end. But one of the ones that I wanted to just kind of get out of the way really quickly was that I did take a brief period to kind of go YouTube ? And then very quickly was like, nope. So if anybody's thinking about asking, I can tell y'all that YouTube is currently not on the radar for me for live streams. And I don't think it's going to be. So we're looking at Facebook gaming, which is where... Mind briefly going over why? Sure. I can absolutely go over why. So primarily, the primary reason is it comes down to network. So I couldn't name, ready? I can't name a single YouTube gaming live streamer. And I definitely can't name a single YouTube gaming live streamer who operates in directories or communities that I'm a part of. Not to say they don't exist, but it's to say that, and we're going to get to why. It's actually right up here next on the list, but I think that the biggest thing is that that's not a place where, I mean, you find me one Destiny creator. So that's the biggest reason. That's the biggest reason. The other reason is that YouTube to me is a platform that doesn't say you wanted to watch a live stream of a game I don't play. All right, you like Rocket League. He doesn't play Rocket League, but somebody does. Ready? Write it in the chat. Where do you go to search for a live streamer for Rocket League? Just put the platform name in there. Okay, here, Twitch. Okay, here. Okay, Mixer. Here, Mixer. Keep going. Twitch. Keep going. Twitch. Here. Twitch. Okay. See the problem? So, and then I got, some of my closest friends in there absolutely memeing on me with caffeine in MySpace and Trovo. Thank you all. Appreciate that. All right. So that really leaves us with Facebook and YouTube now, or Facebook and Twitch. So let's talk about these two things. Okay, so Facebook is obviously where Mixer is pushing us towards. Mixer was bought by Facebook Gaming, and they're going to usher in new partners. They're going to do all the things. They're going to do everything that is going to happen is going to come as a result of this new relationship. This morning, prior to the announcement, if you'd said, Tej, would you ever consider streaming on Facebook Gaming? I would have said no. I would have laughed in your face. Sorry if that's rude, but I would have. Okay? I would have laughed in your face. Now, here's a couple of the reasons why. Okay. I don't know anything about the Facebook gaming platform. I've never watched a Facebook gaming stream. Not one time. Okay? But I am willing to learn about it. I had to learn about Mixer. When I came to Mixer, did you guys know that I spent probably, I don't know, a couple days trying to research how to get the command line in the bot to react appropriately, because Mixer's user designations are different than Twitch's? It was awful. So that's going to be a thing that we have to do, no matter where we go. The second thing is, you know, something that we're looking at, and this is not really a pro con, this is just my thoughts, my raw thoughts about Facebook gaming. I don't even have Facebook. I don't have their apps on my phone. I don't use Messenger. I don't have any of it because I did not like the fact that it came out a few years ago that Facebook, no matter what one of their apps you have, WhatsApp, Messenger, or Facebook app, was storing any data that ever hit your clipboard. That was something they got access to through the terms and conditions that you accepted, that allows them to store the data from things you copy to your clipboard anywhere on your device. I didn't feel like that was something that company ever needed from me. I couldn't find, and I did think about it, I couldn't find a reason why that could be beneficial for Facebook to enhance my user experience. If I could, I probably would have been okay with it. But right now I can't. So any message that I've ever copied and pasted to someone privately, or any password to any app or anything that I've ever copied and pasted, we've all done it. Nobody remembers all their passwords. That's all in some data bank at Facebook. Are they going to do something with it and ruin my life? No, probably not. I'm not entitled enough to think that Big Bad Facebook is going to come for Big Daddy Teach. Not quite big enough for that. But it still made me uncomfortable. So I kind of disconnected myself from Facebook, and I haven't actually logged into Facebook in several years. I don't even know what my password is. So there's that side of it. Privacy is definitely an issue because Facebook collects a lot of data. Now, before I tell you the other things I feel about Facebook, because some of them are positive, I want you guys to understand that I'm still doing research. That tomorrow I have a phone call with a prominent Facebook gaming streamer. Some of you may know. And we're going to spend time, and he's going to answer my questions about the phone. And I'm going to ask pretty tough questions because I want to know the truth. And I hope I get answers that help. One of the things that I'll be asking, because I've seen it pop up in the chat a couple times, is about anonymity. Anonymity is something that is valuable in online communities, especially for women. It's also something that, and streamers, of course. But there's we'll talk about that in a second. Anonymity can be used in harmful ways, where people use it to hide behind fake name and say horrible things to people. So there is there is an argument to be had both ways. However, to remove that choice is to remove a liberty of online communities, what I consider to be a liberty of online communities. You know, we don't like keyboard warriors. We don't like when they use anonymity to do things that are bad. But I don't think removing anonymity is the answer. So that is something I have to ask about. It's questions I have. I haven't spent enough time on Facebook gaming to know. So I want to know, right? I want to ask questions. So having said that, and knowing that I'm going to be doing research, there's a couple things that I see as at least surface level advantages to Facebook gaming. All right, first of all, discoverability. Okay. So, you know, it's no secret that there are less streamers, even with the influx of Mixer creators going to Facebook, than there are on Twitch. It's a pretty easy one. So I don't know what the Destiny community looks like there. I know that Goth will be a part of it. And to be honest, his influence and he is a figurehead in the Destiny community. For him to go to Facebook means that there will a Destiny community will naturally form around him. The king. And it will grow on Facebook Gaming. There will be a Destiny community on Facebook Gaming as a result of Goth going there. Okay. That being said, True Vanguard is already there. And he's doing Facebook Gaming and streaming Destiny. That being said, as a fantastic human being, as I find True Vanguard to be, he and I have a lot of shared values. He is also lovely in person. Their whole family is. I interact with him 100% of the time on Twitter because I have not gone to Facebook specifically to seek out the one creator who I know who does Destiny on Facebook. That's on me, of course. Doesn't mean he's not there. Doesn't mean he's not streaming. But when there's no Mixer streamers playing Destiny, I go to Twitch because there's a Rolodex of streamers playing Destiny on Twitch at all times. So there will become, as a result of this change, a Destiny bubble on Facebook Gaming and discoverability for me and my content there, which meets goal number whatever of I would like to grow my channel and to make this into a career, more possible. Okay. And to be honest, guys, that's about as far as I've thought about Mixer, or as far as I've thought about Facebook Gaming. So let's talk about Twitch. Twitch, I have kind of a little bit of a been there, done that kind of vibe. Because I did. My first year of streaming was all done on Twitch. And let's talk something completely superficial but relevant to the business side of streaming. Okay? In a year of streaming on Twitch, 1 year, which is all I did, I garnered 537 followers. Not bad. Starting from nothing. Not bad. I don't know what the number is now because I'm not looking at that page on my browser. But beneath me is the number that I've achieved on Mixer in 2 years. I'm going to guess it's more than 2 times 537. So there you go. So there's that. Okay? That's a disadvantage of Twitch. Aether said it there a minute ago. There's a saturated set of content. I just said minutes ago there is a Rolodex of people on Twitch playing Destiny at all times of the day. Full transparency, here's something that I came to as a realization today. Okay? I haven't counted specifically, but I'm ballparking that there are about 30 to 40 consistent, popular daily Destiny creators on Twitch, ranging anywhere from someone like Glad, who's absolutely top of the heap, to the people like Frostbolt, who are PvP and absolutely dominating that space, to people like Magic Unicorn here in chat, Babe and Pete, to all the people that I know personally, to Mavshow, who streams Destiny sometimes, to any number of people that are there all the time. So that's an intimidating space to get back into. Aside from, this is not a self bash. I love you guys for always protecting me. Thank you. What gives people a reason to come to me over those other options? I know you all love me. I do. But I also love Broman. I also love Prospect. I also love insert stream miss 5,000 watts. Okay, the falsetto. Thank you. So there's a fear. There's a fear of being buried and forgotten. Dr. Lupo, another great one. And that's a deterrent for me for sure. Okay. Now, on the flip side of that coin, same coin almost. Over the last several years of streaming, when various people have come to Mixer or have met me at GuardianCon or have been a part of charity events or have streamed with me or have talked to me on this, that, my network of Destiny streamers is much larger than it used to be. Much larger than it used to be. So, I believe that if I were to stream on Twitch, there are more people who would interact with me there through hosts or through chatting or through spending time together than there were the first time that I was on Twitch. So that's a good thing. That's a reassuring thing, right? I've started talking to any number of creators that stream on Twitch. Okay, well, over the last 2 years, I've made some really great relationships. That, I mean, you know, I've played Destiny with a few prominent creators. It's awesome. It's great. But at the same time, this is not me making a decision to do this alone. This is a decision to join a movement of people in making that transition. And I think that, you know, Glad on Twitter today did something really brave and really honorable, and he used his position in the community, his pinnacle top of the totem pole position, to offer aid, to offer help to other smaller Destiny streamers making a transition. And he asked his Twitch community for help doing that. He said, hey, you play Destiny on Twitch? Let's get these Mixer folks over here. But he was real about it because I think he's got a pretty level head, in spite of the fact that I'm thinking about hamsters most of the time. Which is that he said, I can't help everybody, but I'm going to try. So, there are opportunities for networking. There are opportunities for interaction with people that I didn't have before, but there's also this giant tidal wave of creators, and right now they can't help everybody. That's okay. It's not their job. It's not their job to help anybody, but they're doing it out of the goodness of their hearts, and that's amazing. So that's something to think about as I factor into the decision as well. Right now, this is an analogy I'm going to throw at you guys. Right now, this mass exodus, this shutting down of Mixer, this moving of entire communities over to new platforms, feels a little like the zombie apocalypse. And Twitch, right now, is the bridge in all the movies that leaves Manhattan that's currently blocked by the National Guard and cement barriers and traffic that's dead stopped in gridlock, while people try to get out of their cars and run across the bridge. But then you've got like the kind of community there that's like, we can only let so many people onto this bridge at a time. And every creator and their mother are sprinting for the bridge to try to get there and to try to be there and to try to be one of the ones that are taken in and kept safe and protected. That's not going to work for everybody. That's okay, because it's impossible for it to work for everybody. But we clarify for some. Yes. There have been a few people that are no longer welcome in the Destiny community. That's a good thing. Magic. But another advantage is that it's a familiar platform. I know Twitch. I messaged a friend today. I said, hey, what's changed in 2 years? You know what he said? None. Okay. Cool. I can come back pretty easy then. Pretty sweet. So, what I gotta do is I gotta talk to some of whom are in this chat room to find out about what other streamers' transitions back to Twitch have been like. Learn about that. I've got to learn about Facebook gaming. I've got to ask questions. That being said, I want you to know that DMs on Discord and Twitter are open. If there is something you, as a viewer, want to know about the viewer experience on any of those platforms, either one of those platforms, message me. I will ask. You want to know about Facebook gaming? Message me. I will ask. You want to know something about what it's like to be a viewer on Twitch these days? Message me. I'll ask. I'm having these conversations because they need to be had. Okay. I wanna help myself. I wanna help this community. We are transitioning together. This is not me, and then I'm gonna go somewhere, and then I'm gonna get there and be like, "Hey guys, come on, it's great over here." No. We're gonna do this as a group. Okay? Till the very last second of live time on this platform, with right into the first second of live content on the new platform, we'll be here. This isn't something just for me to do. And then, like, you know, I tried that once. Okay, we've talked about it. I tried that with partnership. Stupid. I tried doing it by myself and then telling you guys about it after. And it didn't work. And it wasn't awesome. So we're done with that. We're gonna do this together. Okay. So that's kind of where I'm at with both the platforms. Okay. That's gonna transition right into one of my last points before we get into questions and then just talking to you guys. One of the most important things to me is shared values with creators that I interact with. Many of them are here right now. And that's like amazing. Magic Unicorn, one of them. Fefnator, another one. Kai. Okay. Shared values are something that is paramount. When I host somebody, and we've done a few blind hosts that have turned out pretty good. GG, you're another one, dude. When I host somebody, I want to make sure that when I get there, I can go log out and go sleep, usually. You want to know what I won't sleep about? If I go into a channel and I hear something I don't like and I kind of just go, I really hope this works out, I'll be paranoid. Because you know what happens is after that's done, after that's all said and done, and you guys are finished with that evening, and you come back to my stream and go, yeah, that really was kind of weird. That wasn't very, like, it was a total tonal shift, and it wasn't anything like Tej, and it was a little bit, like, a little weird. He kind of was... streamer was talking down to us, or was like kind of bashing the community. Like, I don't ever want that. So wherever I go, and I'm including in my research a network of people that I'm talking to about where they're going, my decision will not be made based on the decisions of other creators, but there will be some consideration on my part taken if I find out that my most inner of circles as it comes to shared values have all gone to a specific place. Because that's an important part of this. Or that the potential to interact with new people who have similar core values. A perfect example, True Vanguard on Facebook Gaming. I don't know if he and I are become boys. I would love that. I don't know if that's in the cards, but he is someone who I see as a potential place where I could just be like, hey, I'm going to just drop the fam off with TV and he's going to take good care of them because it's no big deal. He's exactly the kind of person I want to take care of this stuff. Okay? There's that. So that does play a huge role into my decision making. And honestly, guys, I posted on Discord today outside of acceptance and exactly what I've just told you. That's as far as I've been able to make it today. I'm sorry I don't have more. I'm sorry I'm not more on top of this. I'm sorry that I I don't have a plan yet. But this is as far as I've got. There's still things coming at me from a million miles an hour. And my brain is shooting in 1,000 different directions. One of the things that I was concerned about, impossible not to be concerned about, is, are you ready? And this was a real thing to me. Well, am I no longer valuable to G Fuel because of this? Was I only valuable as a Mixer creator? Phoenix has asked them. You know what? So I had sat in it for a minute, and lo and behold, about half an hour before this stream went up, out of nowhere, without me even asking, my partner manager texted me. He said condolences and all these things about how he feels horrible this is happening and everything. But at the end of the message was, your status with G Fuel is not impacted by this at all. Wow. Talk about exactly what I needed to hear in the time that I needed to hear it. Wow. So there's a lot of angles for me to think about this from. That was one that I luckily don't have to keep considering over and over and over again with everything else that's replaying 1,000 times in my head. But it was a really nice and very reassuring message to get. So that's as far as I've made it. Now we're going to go to questions. I have a whole second note of questions. All right. And this is questions I have that I don't expect answers to. You guys are not going to have the answers. The only people that have the answers are people I can't talk to. But I want to ask them, and I want to ask them publicly and in front of you, because I want you guys to share in this with me. Okay? Was there any thought given to delaying this announcement given the social climate going on over this week? I would like to know. First of all, let me also just say very publicly that Milan Lee is a very important friend of mine. We're close. We always have been. He's one of the first Mixer staff people I ever met years ago. He's always encouraged me. He's been nothing but kind to me. And he and I have shared some interesting conversations and time together. I value his friendship immensely. His story absolutely affected me. And I think it wrecked a lot of people. Rightfully so. Because it's horrible what he did. The fact that someone today tried to pin Mixer's closure on his story is one of the most disgusting and inhumane things I have read during this awful time in the country. I want to just commend Phil Spencer for being quick to clarify and very unnecessarily have to point out that obviously this had nothing to do with Milan's experience. I think it's horrible he even had to do that. But then, given that that happened, given that there were all these things going on, there's this resurgence of the incredibly brave women that are bringing more Me Too moments to light. There are people like Milan sharing their experiences enduring racism. That's not just happening in gaming, that's happening. So I wonder, that's where this question comes from. Was there even a conversation about delaying an announcement of shutting down the platform a week, a day, given that maybe it's not the right time to clothesline the internet who already hates you? I don't know. I don't have the answer. Anyway, that's a question I wanted to know. Let's go on. Next thing. So this was a platform Yeah, this is fine. This is the platform acquisition, right? Facebook Gaming offered Mixer and Microsoft a certain quantity of funds to transition viewers and streamers to their platform, or at least offer the option to do that. I am curious to know what viewer and streamer data is being provided as a result of this deal. My gut tells me all of it, because that's typically how these big bad corporation deals work. What is the Milan thing about a loop on that? I will let you hit Twitter and the internet for that. Anybody who's wondering what that is, Milan Lee is a ex-Mixer staffer who shared a very perturbing story about his experience working for Mixer. I'm not gonna take it upon myself to share his story. It should be read from his words. If somebody wants to put the Twitter link in chat, that's fine. Password's good. So back to the question. What data is being provided by Microsoft to Facebook as a result of this deal? Now, before everybody jumps up in their chair, okay, starts breaking stuff. Data! Hold on. Okay? Think about what data Mixer has. They've got your Microsoft account email. They've got maybe a credit card if you don't use PayPal for your subscriptions, which hopefully you're using PayPal. They've got the games you've streamed. They've got the streamers you've watched if you're a viewer. They've got the amount of time you've spent on each channel, on each game. They've got your follower count, their usernames and emails. Okay. They've got the things that were written in your chat room, if we're to assume that everything was taken. They've got your whispers, if you assume that that's been taken over. Now, here's my question for you, okay? That sounds like a lot of data. Uh-oh. Hold on. Why? And the obvious answer is because Facebook, but let's be rational here. Let's have a conversation. Why are we more okay with Microsoft having all that than Facebook? When we think about what actually will go over there, right? And the second thing is, as much as you think that Facebook are a bunch of selling data, sure, of course. I would challenge you to think about whether or not that's already happening anyway from Microsoft. And they haven't been caught doing it. You're right. Yeah, sure. But I would also think, is it a reason? I mean, honestly, if we were looking at the ethics of mega corporations in this country, we would have all deleted our Amazon accounts and Twitch would cease to. Not to defend anything that's going on there, but when we're looking at where to stream next and the concerns for our data, I'm concerned about personal data. Addresses, phone numbers, family members' names, their addresses, their phone numbers. If you have kids, concerned about your kids. Personally, if I were to assume positive intent, which is tough to do, if I were to assume positive intent, how I am choosing to look at this is I am hoping that whatever data is being included with the stream package from Mixer, two things. One, they're going to get it whether you and I go to Facebook Gaming. Two, I would hope that data is primarily seen as valuable to Facebook to improve the streaming platform they are trying to build. That's me assuming positive intent. I'm going to ask about it. I'm going to ask about data when I learn about Facebook, when I do my homework. And advertising related to gaming. I mean, Google's already doing that, right? I Googled, do you know how many vacation ads I'm going to get since I Googled looping beach video? Come on. is what happens once you're there, not the data being sent over. Sure, and that's a completely valid thing. That's a completely valid thing. But it's a question I'm curious about. I would like to know what's going over, and you know, what's being included with that. You know, while you're at it, pick up a new wine. Sure, I probably should. Tell them about the cat food test we did with your phone at work. Cool. Yeah, this is fun. So Boswick and I used to work together in the same office, and we decided to test Amazon's listening capabilities. So I opened the Amazon app on my phone, and I just left it on the home screen for the Amazon app, just shopping, you know, recommended for you and whatever. And as soon as I did that, I turned to Boswick and I said, Boswick, you know, I've been really interested in researching new cat food. And he said, oh, what about cat food are you trying to research? I said, well, I'm looking for really healthy, nutritious cat food. So that when I feed my cat, I know that they're getting the nutrition and health value that they need from their cat food. I don't have a cat. That's true. I've never bought cat. That was about as far as it went. And I waited and I waited and I waited and I quit the app on my phone. I relaunched it. Lo and behold, what was there under my recommended items? Recommended for you. Friskies. Okay. Anyway, data's being collected from everybody. That's the point of that. But I am curious to know what. And Boswick also got an ad for cat food in that. So I would like to know what data is going over and how Facebook plans to use that data to improve their platform. That's something I want to know. Guy says, I will say, as a discoverability platform, you can leverage this all-knowingness to your advantage. Your Destiny streamer will show up in anyone's timeline who's ever liked a Destiny. I mean, that is true. Amanda actually pointed that out to me earlier today, that she sees the live notifications for people that she hasn't talked to in years simply because they are live. Facebook literally prioritizes that over all else. So that's nice. I also don't know how anything on the platform works, so I'm going to ask a lot of those questions. Something else I want to know from this whole thing that I would like the omniscient question answering gods to give me the answer to is, why did the employees of Mixer find out at the same time as Twitter? That doesn't seem fair. I don't have much to discuss about that. I just want to know why. Why was I only seeing notifications on Twitter from Mixer employees about finding out where they're headed to or where they're not headed to 30 minutes before the stream started, 6 to 7 hours after? Boy. I mean, think of how a mass layoff goes, but the mass layoff isn't put on Twitter. All right. So those are my questions and concerns about that, and you guys have gotten updated on my history of Mixer, gotten updated on future platform planning and questions I have for that. I think, you know, I've encouraged you guys to DM me if anybody has a question that they feel strongly about and want to know how the rest of the community feels about it. Like, let's ask. Like, let's talk about it a little bit. What do you guys want to know? Facebook and data, I promise I got you. Let's skip that part. I'm going to ask as many questions about that as I can. About anonymity, about what's being shared, about privacy, yes. Yes. Assume all of that's already in my notebook of things. What else do you want to know? I think you honestly covered a lot. I feel like we have a good chat. I feel like we covered a lot of stuff. Yo, Venino, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for your kind support. What does Mav think? Oh, man. I talked to him about it today. Yeah, that was his response too, Queen. That was about what I got back. Very insightful, very wise. Yeah, you can always look to him for the right answer. I think you know my opinion, but I want you to meet your goals. You know, Magic, I do know your opinion, and I appreciate that. I think there's a lot of factors to consider. If I were to offer you, and please take this with a grain of salt, all of you, because I know how badly you want to know. Trust me, I want to know just as bad. Okay. If I were to say that I'm leaning, I would say that I am leaning, as of right now, towards Facebook gaming. But there are more, as Ty asked, there are more deal breakers on Facebook than on Twitch. Whisper, yes, please do. Voice, text, whatever. I could get answers that I don't like about Twitch. What kind of mod tools do we have? Oh, that's not very good. What's discoverability like? Oh, well, it's crap, okay. Sucks. That being said, I would still go in spite of those things. But someone like Facebook, if they say, oh yeah, we're collecting every aspect of everyone's personal Facebook accounts, how they interact with it on stream, we're selling it to advertisers. I mean, that's probably a big no from you. Oh, thank you, CD. Appreciate that, friend. Whisper, yeah. Yeah, 100%. Right here, thank you for the kind words, man. Appreciate it. Oh, Lorenzo said, I feel like there are bads for both. Feel less bad about Twitch, though. My friends already been there is a big bonus. I mean, that's the thing, right? We talked about it a little earlier. Networking and having a network of established creators on a platform already is huge. I can count on less than one hand the amount of people that I could interact with on Facebook gaming. I think it would be literally 2. I would probably host Darkness429 and Through Vanguard because there's only 2 creators. Oh, and Geek Chick. She's on. Right? Or is she full Twitch now? She was Mixer and Facebook, and now she's full Twitch. There we are. It's literally the devil you know versus devil you don't. Time to run some Crucible. Let's see which one's better. Goth is going to face. That's right. That's right. That's right. So one thing, I lurk a lot, but I can still sub you, support your content, even though you have to be affiliate for a bit before you partner, which you deserve, hands down. Eus, thank you so much for saying that. Was really nice. I am still affiliated on Twitch from the first year that I streamed there. So those options are still available to me. Should I go back to Twitch? You being used all matters. You built your platform. Never matter. We always be there to watch and support. Thank you, Cass. I have a friend that went to Facebook Gaming 8 months ago. 2 weeks she left. Not being able to mod things, and everyone will see your real name instead of hiding behind a gamer tag. Yeah, there's been a lot of chatter, Scuba Steve, about Facebook's anonymity or lack thereof. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like what would happen is that you'd have people creating, phony Facebooks to be able to interact in the chat room, and that's kind of a bummer. Facebook has an affiliate program, and it's super easy to get into. Really? Interesting. You go to Facebook, everybody knows my first name is Magic and my last name is Unicorn, so we're good. At least because Magic is actually... Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, there's work to do. Oh, the level up program. Cool. We'll do. There's work to do. I would not put it outside the realm of possibility to see streams over the next 30 days on both Twitch and Facebook. So I hope that you guys will join me to experiment. Can I just say, as a woman, some of the men I run into in the gaming community, it's scary thinking they could find me and my family on Facebook. I completely understand that, and I agree. I would feel the same thing about any one of my female friends or family members having that be an issue. I think is a huge question. And I think it's one that needs to be answered, because Facebook, you know, it seems cool to add a live component to your platform and kind of tie it into your existing user accounts. Facebook, that's all about connectedness, probably thought that was really great. They were not ready for gaming. And they're still not. They are not ready for what Twitch and Mixer environments, communities, people will bring to that environment. Their intention and their idea and the mission and vision behind the way that Facebook Live was implemented was sound. They are not ready. Let me just say that again right into the camera. Guys, Facebook gaming is not ready for what Mixer and Twitch will bring to that environment. Yeah, okay, Magic, yeah, definitely drop that link, for sure. Real talk, I avoided y'all at PAX so I wouldn't have to put too many faces to names. Aw. I'm just afraid it would become a male-dominant community because we have to protect ourselves, you know? Connecting gaming and Facebook profile seems like a big risk. That's obviously just one facet of it. Total, I mean, yeah. Yeah, how could you feel safe getting into communities where you wouldn't then have somebody trying to dig up your personals from your profile? You know where your Mixer account links to? Your channel. If you're not a streamer, you know what's on your channel? Nothing. Not your name, not your phone number, not your family members, not the stuff you've liked, not the streamers you watch. Just nothing. Anyone know if there's a way to stream Twitch from Xbox? There is. Yeah, there used to be. I haven't tested it in years, but yeah, there is a Twitch app that I believe does let you go live directly from the console. Exactly, that part of anonymity is likely a safety buffer, and I think that not to come too much full circle on this, but we have oh, thank you, Techie. We have, you know, like we've talked about how anonymity is you know, it's two-faced, right? Like it has a light and a dark side. You know, anonymity protects people like Queen that are trying to just interact with an online community as the persona they've adopted in a positive and healthy way. The flip side to that coin is that you also protect people who want to use that anonymity for evil and for bad things. So there's absolutely ace, double-edged sword. Yeah, there's no right answer for that. I think in the case of Facebook gaming and the environment that we're talking about right now, it is more important to protect people who have a genuine reason to be concerned than it is to worry about dealing with toxicity, because you can moderate toxicity. You can't moderate a stalker. Was Saturday Destiny established while you're still on Twitch? Not in any kind of meaningful way. I used the hashtag, I think, once. But it was just me being clever at the time, and then it kind of evolved once I was on Mixer. Good question, though, Em. Good. Thank you, man. That's a great question. Are we still getting the BDT Christmas album 2020? I will sing you whatever Christmas carol you want to hear at Christmas time, Rogue. At the end of the day, it's got to be what's best for you. You're the one pumping your life into this. Hey, man, thanks, Doug. I appreciate that, man. I think there's work to be done. There's research to be studied. Good point for Facebook. Teach everyone's birthday and sing to you. I know. All your birthdays. Something that Amanda pointed out to me when we were talking a little bit about this earlier is that there is something that is unifying on Facebook about building communities because of the group functionality. So we interact on live stream, we interact in chat, and then as Mixer family, we take that conversation out of chat and into Discord currently, which I don't envision changing, but there is at least a potential to have a presence of a group for people who maybe originated on the Facebook platform. So, the different sort of place where that people are literally going to crush any kind of thing or stuff like that. Okay. If you're streaming on Facebook right now, you'd be the biggest Destiny stream by a mile. Well, Ty, thank you. And that talks about discoverability. And I think that it's safe to say that if there's one thing that I want to use this platform for, it's to lead a segment of creators in a Destiny space that we can all work towards similar goals. Midnight Assassin says, personally, I'm thinking a company could be worse than Amazon. That's already enough for me. So are you thinking Facebook is worse than Amazon? And that it would be a reason not to go? Before I moved to Twitch, I did look at the directory on Facebook. It's small with a couple of superstars. I mean, TV. Darkness probably when he plays, which I know he doesn't anymore as much. You have potential to build Destiny community on Facebook from the ground. I mean, that is something, there's an appeal to that. There's an appeal to that not because of... Not because that's only one of many goals that I have, is to be there. But I think there's if myself and the people that I surround myself with, the goths, the TVs, the darknesses of the world, are there, and we can use that level of influence to solidify positive, encouraging, joy-based creators at the top of these directories. That's very valuable when compared to a place like Twitch, where you think about there were creators who lived in the top 10 the Destiny directory who have been expelled from the community because we allowed them to get there. So, Hedison coming in with an interesting perspective. I watch mainly on Facebook. Never seen any issues with non-anonymity. The person's main profile is not available to click and view. The group aspect is used constantly, as well as the Discord aspect. It's literally the same way to communicate as you currently have, plus the group aspect. That is valuable insight, my friend. I'm grateful for that. Thank you for offering that to us in the chat. So that's a valuable piece of information, guys. As we learn, right? As we learn, if you are not directly linking to someone's personal profile, there's value in that. That is at least a single protection in place for the lack of enemy. And maybe it's a setting. Who knows? I feel as though Facebook gaming is at the pioneer stage, a lot of untapped potential and room for change. And I think that if you guys watched Goth's video on Twitter, if you haven't, please watch it. He talks about how he wants to help them build something meaningful. And I think that's that's important. Doesn't link, but full name is there in profile picture. Seems hassle to change every time you watch the stream. Yeah, that would be if you didn't want people to see what you really look like, or you didn't want your stream profile to be your personal profile. Again, I think that's what it comes back to, right? It loops back to saying that Facebook is not ready for gaming, not ready for gamers, man. It's not. They aren't ready to mitigate the issues that will come with the merging of personal and in gaming. They've clearly mastered it for the interconnectedness of communication between family and friends. Clearly. I mean, They're one of the biggest companies. But they're in over their heads with this one. So that's what I got to figure out more about. Could you still go and search them on a separate account? I used to watch streams. TIE Fighters confirm that yes, you can. So at that point, you'd be using the name and the profile picture as a way to get to the profile. Which, if someone were to go that far, let's play this game. Let's go down this rabbit hole, okay? If we were to play that game, go down that rabbit hole, where Queen, you know, you're watching a stream, your name is there, you're talking in the chat, someone searches your name, they see the same picture, click on your profile. At that point, what information on a private Facebook profile, I don't know because I haven't been on the site in years. What information is available when you search someone who has a private Facebook profile? I don't know. Just their name. Just the name. Okay. Not a lot. So, I mean, in that case, depends on settings. Sure. And you could really lock down your Facebook profile. Yeah. I mean, you could really lock down your Facebook, which you should anyway. There's no reason not to. It's not Twitter. Okay? It's not Twitter. All right? Lock down your Facebook, guys. You might very well be studying to choose. I don't know. When Darkness first started, you click the profile and see the person's profile. They've made huge strides since then, but I agree. Facebook definitely has a ton. Yeah. Edison, I don't know if we've met in chat before, but you know, your eloquence is appreciated. Not many things that aren't Aristes. That's true. True. If you're going to Twitch, can I get the link so I can follow you? Major Blue, it's kind that you want to follow me there. I have a Twitch account already set up. It is Big Daddy Teej. You can feel free to follow it. I'm not sure if that's where I will be creating content in the future, but definitely feel free to check it out. Magic Unicorn, I really appreciate you hanging out for the stream tonight. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a friend to me. And I wanna talk to you more outside of here about your experience and learn a little bit from you too. So thank you for being here. My wife did that. You can't see anything. No posts, no pictures. The no about section, nothing. Well, that's good. That's a positive. Thanks, Major Blue. Appreciate that. Very nice. Literally researching as I listen to you, bro. All right, Psychotics. Thank you, man. Psychotics, you create content on Mixer. Have you any thoughts on where you might take your creation journey? I know Ty was a little public about going to Twitch for now. That's still true, Ty? So another tweet of Glad's posting he's going to do everything he can for the Destiny community on Mixer. That's pretty cool, man. Glad's a powerful guy. I'm thinking Twitch and testing waters in YouTube. Still waiting on more info about Facebook. That's about where I'm at too, except I'm not considering YouTube right now. Super cool him to use his wide reach for the good of the community. Glad, yeah, for sure. Hey Coop, how's it going, dude? I'm in a deeper boat than you when it comes to the big ocean of Twitch creators. Oh, I don't know, man. Don't sell yourself short. Oh, interesting. So you're looking at which platform has the superior technology supported. I like that. That's something else to consider. The Psychotics, I love that. I love this conversation because I haven't even considered the technical part of this. That's a whole set of new questions I have to ask about Facebook gaming. What bit rates do they support? Is there low latency? I am going to write that down. Thank you, Boswick. Good, 'cause I will forget. 1080p 60 is what I know Facebook gaming does, okay? And no low latency on Facebook. Interesting, because that has been an immense amount of value here. Okay, so then let's go back because let's go back to talking about data being moved from Mixer to Facebook, I wonder if the technical conversation would be happening on that side of it as well, where we'd be looking at a situation where Facebook would be looking to implement things like low latency. To implement. All right, Ace, thanks for hanging out tonight, bud. Is Facebook absorbing all of Mixer? Yes. Not that, so sort of, Edison. The way I understand it is that Mixer as it exists now will cease to exist operationally. The site will close and everything will roll over into the Facebook site. Okay. Thank you, Whisper. Facebook was testing, finding someone, legit just copy their name and was search, look for the photo. Way too easy to find somebody. Yeah. Yeah. But if they have their profile locked down, that should be as far as you can get, right? Which is technically the same as here. The difference being is that they're more likely to have a real profile picture instead of a cartoon or something. From the Facebook page itself, 1080p 60, 6 megabits. Or 3 megabits, okay. Few options people can make, honestly. People could go with an established platform like Twitch, go to a platform really shouldn't close anytime soon based on how big Facebook is. And there's options trying entirely new platforms still in testing phases like Trovo, yeah, DLive, Caffeine, all these places. Yeah. Yeah, I'm 1080p 60, so I'm not too worried about that for now. But the opportunity, the growth factor is certainly something to think about. That I agree with, Midnight. I 100% agree with that. Yeah, I think that's absolutely something that should be widely broadcasted. To anybody who's converted or spent time on Facebook gaming, there should be a notice that says, hey, there's about to be a lot of new users here. There's about to be a lot of new. Looking at Darkness VODs, looks like the cap is 1080 for now. Okay. Well, remember, Dragonheart Mixer is still here for a month. And your Streamlabs should carry into a new platform. So hopefully that doesn't deter you from continuing to take advantage of that. Dark was talking about bitrate earlier. Honestly, have a chat with him. He will answer any question you have. I do. I have a call. I'm going to be talking to him tomorrow. 4K streams are very rare for sure. But to be honest, just pointing out all the scary stuff right now, it'll take a while to feel it out and see. Yeah, I think it's really easy to jump on any number of things, right? It's really easy to jump on to like, there's this problem, there's this problem. There's problems on Twitch. Hi, Charlotte. When I log out of the platform I'm logged into and log into another platform, Prime doesn't carry you. Oh, interesting. Oh, I didn't know that, dude. Huh. Boy, you should reach out to Streamlabs about that if that's weird. If you're referring to Streamlabs, that absolutely should not be the case. That's horrible. Wait, what's happening, Charlotte? I take it you haven't been on Twitter today? Okay. All right, guys, let's take it easy on Charlotte. Charlotte, I would highly recommend that you watch this VOD tomorrow to get the scope of what's been going on. We're about an hour and a half in. But yeah, I would definitely, we've been just discussing Facebook being kind of having acquired Mixer and transitioning. TG, you gonna stream the remaining month here? That's a great question, Major. So the short answer is yes, there will still be Mixer streams this month. This is still where everything is set up for me. I'm not going to stop streaming while I search for a new spot. That being said, I mentioned a little earlier, don't be surprised if I tweet out some Twitch or Facebook links as I'm testing stuff. Just to see. It may not even be full streams. It may just be like where, hey, you know, looking at you know, Facebook. I'm just sitting here on the camera like this, seeing if it works. You know, may not be a situation where I'm like playing games, talking to chat, doing all stuff. Like, I feel like it's probably going to be just a lot of research. I'll be honest, you guys. Something else I'm thinking about is Twitch going to notice that I come back and be like, whoa, 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 you don't meet the requirements for affiliate status anymore. Is my channel going live going to ping some bot system that looks at my eligibility? Historically, they care very little about affiliates. Well, right. This has been the 2020th Monday ever. I agree, Powder Toast Man. Welcome out, bud. Not even dunking on them. Facebook's in a lot of trouble as a core product. Seems like gaming isn't at all the way to save it. A ton of new users 2020 going to Facebook. I want to spend more time here. True. Yeah. I mean, Facebook is not a fun, youthful hangout platform conductor. That's true, man. I would think that the fact that you still have subs would be an indicator for Twitch. Yeah, I mean, that's true. MySpace. Affiliates get as much love as Amazon workers do. Yikes. Talk to Babe and Pete about that. That's true. Yeah, I should talk to them about that. You're right. Let alone the fact that it will not be allowed to last longer in its current form from a legal standpoint. I would agree with that. I think that's probably accurate too. I saw earlier that we were talking about, somebody talked about there's a maximum cap on stream time. Is that, can we go back to that? Because I totally missed that. Do we still have Hedison here? When Facebook GG started, streams weren't allowed to last longer than 4 hours. Has that since changed? Quick search, don't believe it's, know if it's true. Eight hours. Wow. 8 hours. And you'd have to relaunch with a separate game. Ooh, that might be a deal breaker, guys. There has been a lot more times, especially recently, where I have streamed there's been a lot of times I've streamed a lot longer. You could just turn it back on under a different title, game tag, which means not the same game. Which, I mean, that defeats the purpose. I'm just reading chat here, guys. Just catching up a little. I mean, clogging the band at the end of the stream, but like on launch day, I went 17 hours for Shadow. And the raid, the 24-hour raid, world's first. Wanted people to say, I mean, you have to change the game tag, then you're going to put yourself in a directory you're not in. Or you just have to do the tedious process of changing a game tag, ending that stream, then changing it again back to the one you were playing before. Well, at least you're not going to YouTube, so that's okay. I'm definitely not going to YouTube. Grinding comes to a halt after 8 hours. Yeah, after a new content drop. Nah, that's what I'm saying. It had to hurt. I'm right there with you. That is a tedious and unnecessary roadblock. Which again, if you're hosting a conversation, or if you're using a live stream on Facebook to talk to people or do a podcast or something, I'm still not a proponent for time limits, but there's a difference between life and gaming. I feel like a broken friggin' record here. Like I wake up, because this is Facebook clearly does not understand the culture that comes with gaming. Think about Guardian Con. GCX. This isn't even about an endless grind for me while I sit here unshowered and bathing in my own fluids. All right, this is about even bigger things, right? This is GCX going for a week straight of never going offline, transitioning streamer to streamer to streamer to streamer to streamer, and raising over $6 million for charity. I believe changing the game tag is, if you are staying live for 16 hours at 8, you can change the game tag and it will reset your time, but I'm not 100% sure. Sure, but I guess that what I'm saying is that if you have to then change it just to then change it back so you can keep playing the same game, that's more annoying than it needs to be. It's very difficult the two cultures to understand each other. It's true. 100% true. Hey, Yagomi. How's it going, dude? We've just been talking. Just been talking. Feel free to share anything that you've been thinking about this. If you've got any insight for the folks here, or plans for where you're going to be taking your content. Imagine all that Candy Crush audience just hungry for Destiny content. I see nothing about changing directories after 8 hours. Okay. Interesting. I am palpably upset today. Yeah, you're not alone. If your stream is automatically turned off after 8 hours, restart your stream by going live as you normally would. What are your current pros for going to Facebook? Okay. We talked about this a little earlier, but I think right now, and I don't have a lot of research, so it's a short list. Okay. It's a short list. Discoverability. Okay, more opportunities for my channel to be on the top of a directory that I choose to participate in. And that's just a raw growth number that's just math. That's not sentiment. That's not morality. That's just numbers. Okay. The other advantage to me is, being there at the origin of something this Facebook's been around for years. This isn't the origin of Facebook gaming as a whole, but being around it during a time where they have an opportunity to really blow up and really make meaningful change for the content creators who choose to go there, there's value in that. Also, the seamless built-in transition for Mixer streamers. They already have a back-end platform that's built in. You literally can, correct me if I'm wrong, but the way the blog made it seem was that you can literally log in with your Mixer account, and it'll create a Facebook gaming account for you based on those credentials. So there's a lot of like it seems like this has been, obviously it's been in the works for a long time, but it seems like something they've been preparing to do, and that they've put some systems in place to support that move, so to speak. I'm going to Twitch. Currently out of town visiting family and mom at knee surgery. Man, I'm sorry to hear that. Please pass along condolences from a Mixer fam. Just on speedy recovery, and that she'd be out there playing soccer by tomorrow. Move to Twitch, move to Facebook Gaming, or no more game streams. I mean, option 3 isn't really an option, Charlotte. There will always be streaming, for sure. Feels like managing your child neighborhood. You had a good childhood. All those memories of friends, favorite ice cream shop, CD store, and a skate shop. You go to your friends, arcade on the weekend. Large company comes in and buys all the property because they want the land for something. Yeah. Move, get out. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Personally, I'd be worried about how bubbled the searching algorithms there are, which will definitely limit discoverability. You're talking about on Facebook, Conductor? Or on Facebook? I just went to look at Facebook GG and it automatically logged into my deactivated Facebook. Whoa. Discoverability scares me for Facebook. Trying to find the Destiny 2 directory was hard enough. Really? Interesting. Again, I have not been on the website. So trying to figure that out. As much as I hate it, I'm not convinced Mixer didn't approach Facebook. Yeah, I mean, it could be. We don't know. We don't know the details of it. Yeah. Man, if Rare Drop started a streaming platform, I'd go there. That'd be the first place I'd go. Spartan walking in. What's up, dude? How's it going, Spartan? It's good to see you, man. Spartan, if you're comfortable sharing, have you been given any additional information as to where you'll be moving? If you don't want to share, you don't have to. I don't want to put you in an awkward spot, but just because we care. You know, Mixer staff are important, obviously. Whisper the latter. And I definitely want to make good on your last question for that. But yeah, we'll be here. Yeah, there's not going to be any of that tonight. I really do think with the absorption Mixer, Facebook will add to or change a ton of what they already have because they will see what an actual streaming platform has and how they do things. I mean, my question, Hedison, is, and I hope you're right. Like that's a great and optimistic way to look at it. I think that's like 1,000%. 1,000%. Like, I hope so. But I also wonder, like, what have they been doing? Twitch has been around. Mixer's been around. YouTube's been around. Like, I get you're doing it. Stuff takes time. But it's not like you don't have access to look at the stuff. It's not like you don't have access to see who's doing it right. Found Destiny categories fast for you? Okay. Facebook really focused on what it thinks you want, not what you're looking for. Yeah, that's the problem with a lot of social media. Streaming has been largely, immune to that because of, we gamers will get mad. I don't want you to show me what's recommended. I want you to show me what games I like. Okay. That's it. Very simple. Looking through the files, came across the stream title. Well, our partner merge came in. Oof. Boy. Adam, we're just talking about it, man. I haven't made a decision. Process of fine sharing some. Most people have moved to different teams in Microsoft. Most people still have jobs, though, at least. Unfortunately, some not placed yet. Okay. Well, that is reassuring on a certain level. That at least there are people being placed, and that hopefully that ends up being everyone who's on the Mixer team gets placed. I appreciate your insight and your sharing, man. Thank you. I appreciate that, Adam. Thank you, man. Nice of you to say. The biggest problem with Acronym I don't know. Social media, thank you. Are bubbling quality of life, and unfortunately Facebook example of both problems. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I think, and that's the point of this discussion, right? Like that's what we're talking about. As important as it is for me to research the platforms and understand where I want to go to create new content for you and for me, it's equally as important to hear your thoughts. I also want to make sure that I'm creating a place and we're setting up an environment where you want to go and where you want to hang out and where you want to spend time. You know, the worst mistake I think I could make is go somewhere where you don't feel welcome. And I'm not just saying that as Facebook. You know, this goes both ways. I could say that we're going on Twitch from now until the end of time, and we could deal with 100, 200, 10,000 really toxic, horrible people every day. And they'd be in there poisoning our chat, and the mods would do the best they can. Boswick would do the best he can to keep up. And it would be a stress, right? Like, oh, who's gonna say something now? And on Facebook, it could be a situation where people are concerned. They don't want to go there because they don't want their personal information being out there. They don't want people, private or not. Maybe you don't want someone being able to just search your name. Maybe that's creepy to you. And that's okay. I think what we all have to do, what I'm going to do, and what I hope it's okay for me to ask you guys to do, is to research and learn. Like, let's do this together. Okay? Like, let's not just like, I'm not going to have all the answers for you. Some of it you're going to have to find, and some of the answers that I'm searching for, I might get from you. Right? Like, right now, it's scary to think about Facebook and data. But maybe we try it. Not try it, we're going to go move content there, but maybe everybody, who's like if you're comfortable enough making the account, right? People in chat have been doing it tonight. Make the account. Lock down your personal Facebook profile. Explore. Find out if there are additional anonymity options that we don't know about. Search someone's name, right? Pristine Queen and Gigi Grinds. You guys are at an impeccable advantage here, being married and both heavily involved in the stream space. Okay. Also, one thing I just noticed seeing your names next to each other, I just want to point out, Queen, your level is significantly higher than Gigi's, and okay, thank you. You guys are at an advantage for this, all right? Because what you can do is test it on each other. Okay? Test it on each other, right? Obviously, you're friends and stuff, right? But if you lock down your profiles, right? Try it. Make a fake account and search up that person. That way you don't have to pick somebody you don't know, right? Set up a new Facebook with your work email or whatever. And then lock down your personal profile. Try it. If you not have a significant other or somebody you're close to in a streaming space, try it on yourself. Get it on a chat on your phone. Get it on a chat on your computer. 2 different Facebook accounts. Search them up. See just how far it goes being able to interact with people that are in a live stream chat room scenario. Test. I don't need book reports from everybody, but I would just love to know about your experience, even if it's just from memory. You don't even have to write anything down. I'm going to do it. I'm going to try it. I haven't logged into my Facebook account in 3 years. Mostly because I'm dodging my extended family. But the other reason is because I just haven't felt like I ever needed to go on Facebook. I get all my fulfillment from Twitter. So I'm going to do it because this is an important decision for this channel, for the content we want to create, and the future. So it's worth it to me. But I swear, one of my aunts DMs me because I'm gonna be mad. I feel like I should put it out there. I'm not all in on Facebook gaming. I watch Twitch and Facebook streams daily. I feel like Facebook's looked down upon so hard purely because a lot of Twitch viewers are so against Facebook. Like anyone in the stream is there is just a piece of trash. My personal experience with Facebook seems to be far less toxic. That I believe you. Mixer was very much the same. Mixer, I mean, really, until very recently, Mixer was very much the same. I think the smaller a community is, the easier it is to have the numbers in favor of positivity instead of toxicity. Right? Power in numbers is huge. In small communities, when you have a streamer and their loyal community who will shut down toxicity immediately, makes you feel real stupid being the one idiot putting toxic stuff in chat. Whisper, that's probably what I'll have to do too. After some of the horrible things Zuckerberg said about how news is presented, Facebook and media, I will gladly go to Twitch. Interesting. I have another thing that I should probably look into. Make sure I do my due diligence, Agathon. I haven't looked into that. I'm not educated on the positions of the higher-ups of Facebook. The core problem isn't actually that most people are actually concerned with their online friends knowing who they are. It's the vulnerability to trolls who know how to bother you even more. That conductor is... Yes. A little more of a personal touch and can't hide it is easy for being toxic, yeah? That's true. Midnight Assassin points out a good thing too, right? Maybe there's less toxicity because you have to claim it. You have to own it. Right? You've got to own that. On principle, I'm not happy about this move between Microsoft and I would say that's a fair assessment. TeachTube. We talked earlier about how I have very few practical life skills. Unfortunately, computer programming and development are not also included in that. I don't have that skill. People need to go and research how Blizzard tried to remove the anonymity of online profiles several years ago through their launcher. There was backlash like, well, yeah, because that's not gaming culture. That's not games culture. That's on a lot of streamers too. A lot of time on Twitch, there's a lot of value numbers over quality value numbers over quality community, and that's a problem. MDR, that's a problem. To me, that's a problem. And I think that's one of the biggest deterrents from making it an easy choice to just go to Twitch. Twitch is a platform that bases their entire value prop on numbers. You don't have them, you don't matter. You could be the best darn content creator in the world. You don't meet their benchmark, you're nothing. And that's why you see highly competitive streamers have a lot of success on Twitch. You know? It's not to say that you can't be a community streamer and have success on Twitch. I think Goth and Broman are two huge role models of mine who built their followings on community. I don't, Nuns. I don't know. Longshot's gonna help with TeachTube. Sounds good. Like what happened to Mixer. They were all about numbers all along, just weren't honest. You're absolutely right. No, Queen, that's 1,000% correct. You're on it. Yeah, absolutely on it. I got no counter to that. Amazon's very much known to be data driven to a fault. Yeah, well, I mean, I guess that's how you get places in business. Hey, Laser. Sad day. Your eyes are so blue and best way I can put it is this. I'm a top fan of Pool Shark on Facebook, 208,000 followers. An IRL buddy who streams on Twitch, 5.7 thousand followers, and Pool Shark's community is so much tighter. Interesting. One thing I see from a writer's perspective, when many developers interact with streaming community, it's almost exclusively with Twitch. Yeah, I probably wouldn't be asked to talk about content creation in an interview by any press outlet if I streamed on Facebook. He does pixel chat. One is also a sales programmer here, and they create a lot of things people use now. He's trying to work on creating a platform. Interesting. Blar, we've been discussing that all night, my friend. I don't have the answer yet. I don't have the answer. Not yet, anyway. That's what we're working on. As a community, as a stream family, that's the goal. Try to get to a place where we can understand what's going on. I didn't know Gotham Bro Man from Twitch. I knew them because of YouTube videos on how to get through raids. I didn't even know Twitch was a thing. Oh my gosh, interesting. Interesting. Wow. I wonder how Facebook is seen by the gaming industry professionals compared to Twitch. I mean, I think, you know, listen, you have to think, Ty, you and I have had this conversation, and I'm sure that he and I are not the only ones out of everybody here who's had this conversation with a loved one or a friend or a colleague or someone when you say, I stream on Mixer, and they go, what? Because until about 6 months to a year ago, Mixer was not a household name. Really, Ninja was the catalyst that started to get people saying the name Mixer as it pertains to streaming. This wasn't something that Mixer solved. To be honest, I think Ninja brought Twitch to the comments. You're absolutely right. His influence has brought both. I mean, you think about how cringeworthy, and yet, okay, listen. First of all, let me just say, I love Ellen. Everybody loves Ellen. She uses her platform to do good things, okay? And she helps people, and she has funny interviews with kids. When she interviewed Ninja, her sense was, and you do live broadcasts of video games on the internet on. What is it? Is it? It's to Twitch. Twitch is the twitch.com. That's a nightmare. And Ninja fixed that problem during the peak of his Twitch existence. Okay. And brought Twitch and Fortnite into the common speak conversation. So there's. Mixer had just kind of started to get to that place, and Ty says, does Facebook gaming count as a household? No, I stream on Facebook gaming. What's that? You're on Facebook all day? Come on. No, nobody wants that. Talking about streaming on Facebook is going to be like going back if you've ever had a job in social media and you say, yeah, I'm a social media coordinator, I'm a social media manager, I do the social media communications for this big business. Spend all day on Twitter? Can't tell you the amount of times I've heard that from people, both about myself, about my wife. It's very frustrating. A while ago, just a minute ago here, Queen said, I don't think we can trust any company not to be by the numbers. People are here, and the friends we made make the platform so great. Totally agree. Midnight says, joining a couple of random Facebook streams, making a spreadsheet of whose info I can pull. So far, about 50% of the people have everything accessible. Interesting. So that is a sad reality. Facebook isn't seen well in the game industry. No matter how big a booth at the GDC they build, they literally have conversation. But yeah, I mean, it's true. I only learned to mix them with Rooster Teeth, stream it to RTX. Wow, interesting. Ninja's well spoken and pretty genuine from what I've seen, talking to the old events. So that helps show streaming as a real thing. Yeah, I mean, I've met him too, and I think that's yeah, he's got a good head on his shoulder. You know, is he perfect? No. Has he been in the media for some bad things? Yeah. Has everybody made mistakes? Does everybody have a past? Yeah. Is his past enough for me to write him off as as someone who I wouldn't trust as a resource in the industry? I sure do spend all day on Twitter. Is a pretty decent newbie to game streaming as a viewer. I switch back and forth regularly between Mixer and Twitch. Never for a second did I ever associate Facebook gaming with game streaming. Yeah. Too real about social job? Yeah, man. I feel you, dude. YouTube, I would go to game media and stream before Facebook. So interesting about that. You know, Agathon, I talked about at the top of the stream. YouTube is not on my radar for that. Primarily because I can't name a single live streamer on YouTube that operates in the circles that so it's not really an option for me. I have to go somewhere I can network effectively. Are you worried the sand will get in your chair? Would beach you on? Yes. Yeah, it's this chair's done. I gotta throw it away. I want to leave it here on the beach. I'm not gonna bring it home. It's hot though. It's hot. I'm not sweating yet, but it's hot. This is a nice night. We're all gathered talking about the future. Not only that, though, we're talking, communicating. We're big family has changed. We can overcome this and make it great. Snoops, I couldn't have said it better myself, man. This has been everything I've wanted it to be and more. And I think, if anything, this will be something that I definitely download and keep. As an engineer, I've literally all I've ever seen Facebook gaming is empty numbers. I mean, you know, I think there are some examples, Conductor, above that even just Hedison has put in about, you know, someone they watch with 208,000 followers, somebody else they know. You know, there are numbers there because Facebook in general is a massive platform. I think that, again, it's about the publicity, right? Facebook's done a horrible job marketing it, which that's a scary thought to think about. That's kind of the same problem that Mixer had, where they weren't doing enough to get the name out there. They weren't doing enough to communicate. They weren't doing enough to tell people that they exist. People know about Facebook, and I think that just like Microsoft was hoping that Xbox would bring attention to Mixer, people know Facebook, and Facebook hopes that because you know Facebook, you will know Facebook gaming. That connection does not exist yet. And I think that is the unfortunate side effect of a big corporation hoping to hit an easy button when it comes to live content, which is a very relevant thing right now. And being, you know, unjustifiably surprised when it doesn't work. So, when is the game resource? I go to YouTube videos often. They know all the tools you need to be a content creator. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Agathon. Yeah. I just want to see that smile cheered. Someone comes in to say hi. Aw. Thank you, man. Really, either way you go, just depends on what's best for you and what you want. I would just say talk to Facebook streamers, from Twitch streamers, as long as they're streamers that respect each platform, make a decision on what you need. I think that's exactly what the plan is, Hedison. Hedison, just forgive me for being so bold, but if you're on Twitter, my dude, would you drop me a follow so that I could reach out and that we could talk? That's not me like follow my Twitter. Like that's not what I'm talking about, but you've been really helpful tonight, and I have grown in the last hour to consider you a resource for this. The bot's shut off tonight, boss. I'll get a link to my profile. It's just BDT. I'd love to chat with you more if you're willing to talk about it. Been looking at Facebook more and more now. A lot of titles are Mixer is gone. If you have questions about streaming, ask away. Okay. In all fairness to me, I have no clue if Facebook is really going to invest in the gaming aspect. What they do in social is true. Yeah. I remember the first time I showed up at stream, I was so welcome. You're creating really stout to me this day. I'll go wherever you go. Thank you. It's been fantastic getting it done for the last, probably a while now, right? Probably about a year. Numbers there, but the system has that public eye on it. It's pretty open to manipulation through botting in a way that even the biggest game platform like Twitch don't have. That's true. Yeah, again, that Conductor, that's the theme of the night with Facebook. When it comes down to is they are not prepared for gaming. They are not ready. Late to the party and missed out on everything that's been said so far, but I'm here to show my love. Hopefully I can support your next adventure, wherever that may be. Thank you, Johnny Lou. I appreciate that, man. I hope that you definitely check out the VOD, dude. There's been an outstanding conversation tonight. If you're looking for kind of podcast quality content to check out while you're chilling or whatever, it's been great. Personally, I prefer BDT on Twitch, but if you decide Facebook is where you want to go, I'll be there. Thank you, Nuns. Appreciate it. Such a weird thing. Microsoft, Facebook's one of the biggest companies on the planet. You would think they would have the resources to market things properly. So here's a little bit of an insight. I am a marketer. That's my education and marketing is one of the things that is most valuable, and yet old school business puts very little emphasis or value in it. So you think about what has become, what you guys see on Mad Men and everything else and all that stuff. That's what has become advertising, which is now sales. There's a lot of emphasis on the value of sales, very little on marketing. Ruffles TV. Oh my goodness. Now there's a real friend. I talked about you earlier tonight. I just want to say I love you. I miss you. You're going to crush wherever you go. You're an amazing creator too. Thank you. I appreciate that, dude. I love you, bro. I miss hanging out. Pandemic sucks, man. Sucks. Feel dumb. I didn't know you were a marketer this entire time. I moved close to you, then boom. I know, right, man? I'm telling you. It's not good. Biggest issue I see is Facebook has such a limited viewer base as far as directories go. I know it will expand over time, but I can't tell you any time I've ever seen stream Destiny except for Darkness when he played with Goth a few times. Well, now that Goth is going there, Kiever, hopefully you'll see more Destiny content creators pop up around Goth. We talked a little bit at the top of the stream that just the fact that Gothalion is going there, a Destiny community will come up and grow around him. That will happen. That will happen. That's an inevitable. Ian Darkness will foster a Destiny community on Facebook. Someone's worked in big tech for a long time. This also looks like a restructuring where no one gets told till the last minute because of legal. Yeah, probably. Already packed my suitcase full of elixir of mongoose potions. You say the word boss, I go. Oh man, love that dude. Love that dude. I'll retort that just a bit. Go for it, Ty. He and Darkness haven't played much T2 lately. You're right. You're right. But there was safety and security in not playing those games on Mixer and as the first really major partner on Facebook. I think now there's this kind of time of uncertainty, and I would hope that means that they are going to kind of go back to the bread and butter a little bit. You want people to come and check you out on a new platform? Take the easy way. Give them the content that they get. Go back to your Whisper. Yes, I do. It's the same as here. It's not necessarily where it'll be 100% where I'm going, but that's the same as here. I'm being asked a little bit about Twitch links, guys. Again, I haven't made a decision on where I'm going to create content, but I do have a Twitch account that's been active. It's an affiliated content account that has been around for several years. So if you are looking to kind of get a follow in early in the event that we go back there, just Big Daddy Teej. It's the same profile picture and everything. I do believe the biggest problem with Facebook and Microsoft they have so many other huge business dealings going on. The stream part of things was not the priority, whereas Twitch is purely streaming, so they obviously marketed far more to grow. Yeah. Amazon when they bought Twitch, they kind of bought Twitch and went keep twitching, and they did. Microsoft and Xbox and Mixer was a little bit more involved, I think. My gaming and more creative efforts out in the digital world tend to have been kept very separate from my Facebook. Not sure if anything else thinks that, but I don't want those presents combined. Really, I think a lot of people feel that way, Agathon. And I think that's completely valid. Yeah, I think it's completely valid. Yeah. Depending on how the creator build a directory for us seems slightly misfounded. I completely agree, Ty. I completely agree. I think that it won't be on them to build it, but Destiny viewers will come for them, not me. right? So when what creators of my size have to do on a new platform is look to that audience in that space, spend time, talk, get to know, so that when it does come time for those people in those channels to find another place to watch the Destiny content, they default to people. Is my thought. 60 FPS new content has piqued a lot of people's interest. True. Yeah. It's probably a lot, but if you consider dual streaming Twitch and Facebook initially to see which one you vibe more with, maybe. Something to think about, Ruffles. I know that you did a little restreaming. I would be curious to pick your brain about that process and that experience, man. I'm asking, why did you come to Mixer from Twitch? I would love to tell that story. I would love to tell that story, yeah. There's Facebook and acquired another company like Mixer, got rid of Facebook Gaming and another brand as well as streaming services. Mix It Up bot's going to be moving. That's good. Spartan's got to run. Dude, thank you. Just want to say internally, we're all devastated for our community. Personally, I'll continue to support wherever you end up. Same for several others in the chat I know and follow, dude. Thank you, man. That is super appreciated, bro. I can't tell you how much that means to me, man. And I can't tell you how sorry I feel for the entire Mixer staff. I'm just angry for you guys, man. I'm angry and I'm sad and I'm pissed off. I just hope that you land on your feet, that they work hard to get you guys into positions that can allow you to keep working and supporting your families. Thanks for your insight into the process tonight. Really appreciate that. I'd be more okay with Facebook if Facebook Gaming didn't make my activity available to others. When I was streaming, would notify people I was watching, and I hated that. Oh, that's kind of weird. Yeah, I don't really like that either. I wish Facebook had just acquired another company like Mixer and got rid of Facebook Gaming and had the other brand as their streaming service. I think that's a great idea too. Midnight. Yeah, it's a great idea too. All right, so Laser wants to know about initially switching from Twitch to Mixer. So I made that switch because at the time I was discovering who I wanted to be as a creator. I started streaming on Twitch. It was an experience that I value very much, but I was not who I wanted to be. I adopted initially, like many streamers do. I fell into a kind of a misguided need to have a certain persona that I thought would make me successful, which largely wasn't me. It was somebody who was edgy and aggressive and swore all the time unnecessarily. Not that, I don't care if people swear. It's not, swearing's whatever, but this community is more me, where I'll swear in my personal life and whatever, but this is more of a less aggressive environment. I streamed there for a year. Did not see the growth or discoverability that I wanted to. And I used a switch to Mixer as an opportunity to meet new people, to get away from being associated with some toxicity, and reorient me as a creator to be just me. Because if there's one thing that I learned streaming a year on Twitch, is that it's just too taxing to be someone else. I just want you guys to know me. So this has been my way to do that. Still in disarray, but I was so upset for you. You worked so hard, Cheese. I'm grateful, Queen and Mixer, for introducing us. Me too. You've become a very valued friend of mine. I can't wait to continue to develop and grow that friendship with both of you. It's a big difference between Amazon and Facebook. Facebook tries to rebrand IG being the odd man out, and Amazon buys the tech but leaves the thing standing. Yeah, true. Technically, I'm a government worker. Now, this probably does not make much difference if viewers, fans, subsidying that, but something to think about. Many government organizations block Twitch and Mixer from being accessible. I'm guessing private companies do the same, where Facebook's such a huge platform, it's allowed. I know many people in my department that would pull up Facebook streams and been playing them in the background. They can't, because they need help get through the day. Hey, that's, it's a good point. Good point. be honest, I think you can carry that persona anywhere now. A lot of bigger Twitch streamers are starting to do the same with being more variety, having certain rules now, more family friendly. It's a big change from what I used to see. Yeah, I think hopefully that continues. I want to see that go further. Like, let's keep pushing that boundary. Let's keep doing that. Let's get more people into acceptance, tolerance, positivity, encouragement, being welcome. Stop my crime. Which is so different than it was 2 to 3 years ago. That's another thing I'd love to talk to you about, Ruffles. You know, I don't know what I want to do. It's driving me crazy. But I do want to know about your experience. You know, it's been what, almost a year for you? More than a year? No way. Stop. You switched 4 months ago? Stop. I don't believe you. You're lying. Wait, really? Dude. Time is a construct. What even is reality? 2020, dude. Woof. Okay. Laser says, I felt that before as well. Felt like I wasn't edgy enough or dramatic enough. Like I've really come to just being myself, and it's nice to have people like me being myself and not a personality or an act. It's not my thing. Yeah. I mean, and that's it's something that I could sense about you based on your interactions with me in chat. So I like having you out here to you know, during the stream. I think that let's make genuine popular, right? Like, not to knock people like Dr. Disrespect and, you know, the guy that is a wolf head or whatever. What is he, a wolf fox or I don't know. But like, I think that there's that, which is persona stuff, and then there's just being a dick to be a dick. Like, let's get that part out. Just sitting here trying to take it all in. Mix is the only platform I've ever used for streams, so it's really informative listening to it. I think this has been a fantastic conversation so far. Really has. It's the 20th of 20s, yeah, dude. 2020 rolled over. I would get more toxicity in one Mixer stream than I've had the entire 4 months I've been there. Really? That actually surprises me. That surprises me. And that's averaging 100 plus CCV. Wow. Wow. Like backseat gaming and stuff. Okay. I think we out of situations we're in globally, people need to be more genuine. Yeah. Just be human beings. I don't think it's that hard. It's been so chill. Okay. I have friends that stayed on Twitch when a few people I knew moved over to Mixer. I still stayed in support of them while growing, and you know, always great communities on here, Mixer including this one. Thank you, man. Yeah, I think that platform. I mean, that's the other thing, right? Like at the end of the day, I'm looking at this from a standpoint of not because I want to pick up a platform to be allegiant to. I'm looking at this from a platform from an experiential standpoint, both from spending time in the chat. We spend, if you think about this from a grander level, any streamer in here knows what I'm talking about. We spend an immense amount of time together. Okay, I stream 14 to 16 hours a week, part-time. Tell me one or even two other friends in your real life that you spend that much time with every single week. You know? So that's really what this is looking at, right? Like this is for me looking at where do I want to go that is the best experience for spend this much time together. It's a lot of time. They have community now. Streaming on something like Twitch would be different than when you start. I agree. Yeah. Unpopular opinion, Gathalian's only going to Facebook because he burnt bridges at Twitch. I don't even think Gathalian will bring enough of an audience to Facebook gaming. I don't think he'll be successful on Facebook. Well, chances are there are things going on behind the scenes with Gathalian's decision to go to Facebook beyond his sentiment or hope to be able to help the platform. Facebook. pretty fair assessment. That being said, I also don't think it matters why he uses Facebook. He's doing what he thinks is best for his channel, his content, his career. If he felt he could make more money or support his family better or perform better or have more success on Twitch, he'd go there. Being rude or edgy for the shock factor. Yeah, shock factor was, you know, new streamers, a lot of them fall into that. A lot of them fall into that. You guys want to check stats and stuff? Is that what you want to see? All right, hang on. I can, for that we can do. That we can. Just wanted the offer the Facebook game. That's what I'm thinking, man. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. And boop. All right, feel free to check your stats, gang. I was thinking about this. Do you have any plans for YouTube channel? To give you an idea, that's why I left. 90% of the reason I knew I was convinced that YouTube to check out Mixer would be hard. Yeah, I think we've talked a little bit about YouTube Ruffles. I'm kind of against it for me. I don't know. I spent 959 hours with my wife. That makes me laugh. There's a reason, I think I mentioned this actually last stream, but I'll say it again. There's a reason I don't have a followage command, because I don't care how long you follow the channel. And I hope that's not how you're basing our relationship. I care, and I'm interested in having you guys be able to see how much time we've spent together. While I'm live. This tracks specifically while I'm live, you being in chat. That's it. So, I based our relationship purely on gold. The track if you're hidden chat. Yep. Sure does. Know what's 760 hours under 2 years? I can like that. There you go. And guys, I think I want you guys to know that I'm gonna be doing something for you guys in terms of people who have been in here for the last 2 years. I want to commemorate this time, and I'm not sure how I'm going to do it yet, but it absolutely will happen. Oh. You got it based on stickers. Got stickers, the envelope that came in. There you go. Mix It Up will be quick too. Been testing stuff with them for a while. Yeah, they're going to integrate with Facebook, right? Yeah. Yep. You'll be bursting a WoW subscription to 15 Boss now. The side project for a while, but them going online. Yeah, I guess they kind of have to step up, huh? Yeah. I found him before this whole thing went down, dude. Cola, I thank you. That's nice. It's gonna be quick, I think, so hopefully hours and stuff will be able to stay. Well, this isn't Mix It Up. This isn't Mix It Up. This is well, what was initially UnkBot, but is now the Streamlabs chatbot. And Streamlabs chatbot, it allows you to log in through Facebook, so yeah. I think it should continue to track, I would imagine. Unless what I'll have to confirm is whether or not Streamlabs chatbot assigns a different user ID to a Mixer account versus a Twitch account. Or a Facebook account or whatever. we'll have to see. Oh, I think Whisper, I think it's good. Yeah, we can do it right now. Guys, during the course of this evening, if there's one person who you all know who's been here since the beginning, since Twitch, your very own Uncle Boswick, one of my closest personal friends in real life, and also moderator for the stream, one of the two people currently that I trust to moderate this chat on a regular basis. I have a few honorary mods, but they're the ones that are putting in the work. I'm going to invite him into Discord, and he's going to just address our community real quick. All right, so just grab Uncle Boswick here. Snoop says, when it comes to following you, I followed you when Shadowkeep was around the corner and such. Your co-stream with Ty. On and off Destiny community. It feels good to come back, and here's made the past few weeks fun and interesting. Yeah, I'd agree with that, man. All right, let's find him. Let's get him. Where is he? Right, private line already. Look at it. We'll just hear this. Okay. Hello.
Why, hello.
Oh, hey, bud.
Hello, everybody in chat, and also Tej.
All right. Keep talking. I'm just checking levels.
Okay. Everything's going to be dinging as people at me in here. Let me turn down my volume a little bit.
Oh, shoot.
You could?
No, I messed it up because I did. Wait, what? Oh, okay. Never mind. That's still there. It's weird.
Behind the scenes.
I don't know actually if that's gonna work or not, but we're gonna just see. Keep talking. Just tell me a story.
Testing. 1, 2.
There we are. That's better. Now we fixed it.
People can hear me now?
They can hear you now.
Hey. Well, hi, everybody.
Yeah, that's great.
If you didn't hear me say hi earlier. So, I wanted, well, it's not going to be super a story, I don't know, Laser Wave. I can tell you a story after. Wanted to say hello to everybody, and first of all, to all the people that are here, thank you. Been seeing a lot of people who have come out of the woodwork just to say that they were lurking, who I would never have seen otherwise. So hello to all of you people as well. It is good to hear from you. Thank you for lurking, as you do. If you'd like to come in and hang out with us in Discord, you are more than welcome to as well. We talk about Destiny stuff a lot and also other random things. Anyway, I did want to say, first off, that this is a very somber stream tonight, which is different from what normally a Teach stream would bring. I think rightfully so, though. I think this is something to talk about and to, get into. Yes, especially random things, Rogue. My accent, I am a monotone speaker, I would say. I was born in New York. I live in Georgia right now, so a little bit of both. But yeah, it's been a somber stream, but I do want to remind everybody that it's not going away. We're all still going to hang out and be on a Teach stream. I'm Ron Burgundy. TIE Fighter, yes. We're still gonna have Teach stream. We're still all gonna hang out. We're going somewhere. Teach isn't saying that we're stopping streaming. Teach isn't saying, we're going from Mixer to maybe we'll stream. We're going somewhere. We're all gonna still get to hang out, and yes, in WoW specifically, we will all meet up in Ogremar and or Stormwind. Hit me up, Bostroke123 on BattleNet. Yes, Teach, you will learn these things. Anyway, so this is the start of something. This is the end of something. Yes, this is the start of something too. It was for all of you OG people who were around, like in Twitch. Teach telling the Twitch story earlier too. Going from Twitch to Mixer was also another transition. It's going to be more somber. This one's going to be more somber, obviously, because Mixer was where we built this whole huge community and all of you very lovely people, and some of you moderately lovely people. But it's still kind of a similar transition. And I do just want to say, in obviously not the most eloquent way, as I am not much for public speaking, as it is very different from Teach. We're gonna still have fun. It's still gonna be lots of good times. You're still gonna be able to come and hang out and, you know, escape a little bit in a Teach stream. And man, Ty, that GIF is just throwing me off. I know it's from Great British Bake Off, but still. But yeah, that was my main point is, and I tell Teach this all the time. I've told him this multiple times throughout the years. And other people have heard me say it as well, but for chat, I do want to emphasize that this whole chat and this community is here to see Teach and here to hang out. And we're here, Teach, to watch you and watch you have fun and play games and have a good time and hang out with us. And this community in general, from what I've seen just tonight, so many people are saying, no matter where you go, we'll follow you. And I think that's rare. That's like a real, like, that's an actual community, you know? Like, that's not just like I stream on, you know, whatever channel and, you know, I have 500 people watching me. Yeah, but how many of those 500 people actually know who you are? Like, I think within our community, people genuinely know each other, right? Like, we hang out in Discord, we talk about games, we talk about other stuff. There's a freaking recipe channel in your Discord. People share their food and their recipes. Like, I don't think a lot of people have that. So, I do just want to say that Somber stream, yes, it's an appropriate time for it. But looking forward, we're all going to be here for you wherever you decide to go. Obviously, a lot of these people are still going to, you know, follow you where you do decide to go. It's going to be a good time still moving forward. And I'm not trying to make this a cry moment. I'm sorry. But as somebody who was, you know, like literally there, like helping him move his PC when, you know, when he lived in Atlanta before he up and left me to move to Texas. Hashtag not bitter about it. It's cool to see where you came from and where you are now. You know, like, I don't know. It's and as somebody who's been on your stream too, like literally sat next to you while you streamed, it's cool to see where it's come from. You know, a spare bedroom in your previous place in Atlanta where like the bed was like actually still in the background, like no green screen, like you could see like, you know, an unmade bed with like pillows and, you know, just random junk everywhere. Also, Johnny Lou convinced my wife and I'm there. I will say that. But yeah, going from that and you've made it to an island resort, like that's a pretty big deal. Like you've obviously come a long way to go from an unmade bed and a spare bedroom to a legit private island. Like, proud of you. Like, clap. Like, genuinely. But seriously though, like the fact that there are all of these people in this stream, like we've been sitting here for 3 hours talking about logistics of streaming. Like, no games are being played. We're all here to listen to you talk and say, okay, this is what I'm thinking, this is what's going on, and kind of just chat. Like, even if there's like, you know, like a lot of these like just chatting streamers, people aren't there just to chat. Like, come on, you know? Like, I think this is a pretty awesome group, and if anything, as somber and as sad as this stream, you know, might be an overall message for Mixer, like, just the fact that this discussion was able to happen tonight is kind of incredible. And all of these people, a lot of these people who I've never even seen before chatting. And yes, Digi, that is just how I speak. I show love, I give, and then I take. Tej would know that more than anyone, I think. But yeah, so, and as somebody who, you know, generally speaks like that, long real speeches like this are not my forte. So It is something important that I do want to convey, though. And I wanted to say hi to everybody and say thank you so much for supporting the BDT stream over all of the years, from Twitch through Mixer to wherever it is it's going next. I assume that it's going to be nothing but, better and greater things from here on out. I promise we'll find an actual usage for coinage. It will be a thing. Probably. But yeah, that's really what I wanted to say. I wanted to, especially just to teach to you yourself, obviously. People are here for you, and the games are supplementary. We're here to hang out with you, and oh, awesome, we also get to play video games. Sweet. That's more of a thing than just being here for the games. So, and the fact that I see people agreeing with me, you have to finally listen to me with this now, because people actually agree. So thank you.
I suppose they do, yeah.
Yeah. So, but that was my long and rambly way of saying that, we're going to keep going. It's all going to be, it's going to be a little weird transitioning, and there's going to be some, learning hurdles as you figure out what you want to do. But, Teach Fam is, if that's what we're going to be called, if it's just literally the Teach Fam is going to be called Teach Fam. We still haven't come up with an official name. Post in the comments below what you think the official name should be. Yeah, I mean, we're still gonna all be hanging around. We'll still obviously all play on Destiny or other games that we're playing. Discord is still super active. Everyone's still hanging out. I don't think I'm gonna stop hanging out with anybody just because we're moving platforms. So
thank you, bro.
But yeah, I just wanted
great.
to say some stuff.
Thank you, dude. I appreciate that.
Yeah, of course.
Means a lot to me. You've been here since the beginning, and I probably wouldn't be doing it without you.
Oh well, thank you.
To be honest,
I mean, it would be a lot easier if you were still here.
It would be.
But
yeah.
But now I just have to move instead.
There you go.
Now it's my turn.
Your turn to move.
Yeah.
Tell your wife.
Yeah. I'll tell her now that 80 some odd people are in agreement that I should go and just move to Texas and just be a streamer, just be a co-streamer.
Right.
Yeah, Ty, we should just make a town. Ty.
Thank you for the kind words, man. I really appreciate it.
Anytime, dude. Anytime. If you want me to hop out now, I could hop out and let you do your thing.
I think we're coming to a very natural conclusion. Which is
okay then.
A wonderful, wonderful thing. Just wanted to catch up on a few of the things in chat here.
Yeah. I'm liking Big Daddy's Stream House though.
Ooh, Big Daddy's Stream House is good. Yeah.
Except it couldn't be Big Daddy Stream House, because what if we had lady creators come in?
Sure, then we couldn't. Might be weird.
Yeah.
Rent out an entire block. There you go. And everybody who is friends with us, I'll just move them into the stream neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Not right, Ruffles? That's what we'll do.
Big Daddy block party.
Just try and get rid of us. We're like garbage plates. We stick to your ribs. Oh, gosh. Oh, man. I did see a nice message from Hedison. Hedison, you came in here as a result of you said it was a darkness tweet? I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm glad that you came in. You've been an excellent asset to the conversation tonight. I appreciate your insight and giving us a look into Facebook. As we've discussed that.
Doc,
sure.
Doc, no, you specifically have to re-earn all of your hours, Doc.
No. Bosswick's trolling. I'm going to do everything I can to keep every single person's stats where they're at. Unless you're like under 10 hours or something, then just re-earn it. But Doc, I am not going to let your rank, your hours, or your coinage go anywhere, bud. I'll be right there.
Yeah, Doc, if it's any to compare, I think I have like 200 more hours than you roughly, and I had like hours to days. That's like 73 days of stream time, in stream. So you're probably sitting right at like 70, dude.
Yeah. So, guys, let me say this to kind of wrap our evening together. This has been better than I could have possibly imagined in terms of the quality of the discussion, the amount of support, love, and emotion that I felt in here tonight. The amount of level-headedness and kindness and joy that we all are discovering together as we go through this. I want to thank you guys for sticking with me, for being able to see this as an opportunity to move forward, to do something great in a new place. And I think that, if anything, if I walk away from this conversation, this time together, with any reward that I claim for myself, it's that I'm walking away feeling a lot less stressed out, a lot less horrible, and a lot more loved than I was before we started. And that's about all I can ask for tonight, especially on this day one kind of place. So, you guys have been absolutely outstanding.
Thank you, Edison.
BRVNW, new big fan tonight, especially because Bostic has the best radio voice I've heard for years. There you go.
Now I just need to learn how to put emotion into it, and I'll be good.
There you go. You got the best in all of us Guardians.
Now, though.
You always will. You have our support no matter your decision. Rogue, thank you, man. It's really nice, too.
See, look at all these good people. See, Magic, that's usually what my excuse is. As somebody who wasn't in that video, but is definitely also a bouncer of Tej of sorts.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes, he could tell you stories from PAX.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Which Magic was there for.
Magic was there for those, yeah. I'll tell you what, guys. Let's. I wasn't sure what this week was going to look like, and I think it's pretty safe to say that it's important for us to spend as much time together as we can, and keep learning and discovering and sharing with each other. You know, take this as a bit of a humble plug, but if you're new here and you haven't been here before, and you want to be a part of this conversation because you want to be a part of this community, jump on the Discord. Okay, let's talk in there.
I have the link.
There it is. Jump in the Discord and let's talk. Let's keep this conversation going. I'll evaluate based on the volume of conversation about whether or not this is going to stay in chit chat or if we'll have a channel for it, but I imagine it's probably just going to stay in chit chat. So, for now at least. So keep it in there.
We could weed through stuff and, you know, keep it on topic.
Yeah. When's Asgard making extreme platform? Boy, I wish. That'd be the best one ever. Lightning fast.
I don't know. They don't really have much people there anymore.
Oof.
That's all I'm saying.
They are. Asgard is the people boss. That's the whole point.
Oh, no, I get it now. I get the title of the stream. Took me this long.
You guys have been nothing short of spectacular. And I hope that we can continue this conversation tomorrow. Tomorrow we will play games. Reset day. Vlad, I'm with you, man. I will absolutely be missing Mixer as well. And I think that we can miss it. We can grieve its loss as a place of as the original physical home of our communities, and then we can take that experience, package it up into what the community really is comprised of, which is the people, and bring that anywhere. That's the best part about the internet. It's just a new tab, guys, no matter what happens.
Wow, that was philosophical. It's just a new tab.
Just a new tab.
That should be the like the tagline of the internet. The internet, just a new tab. A new tab away. I'm being serious, by the way, too. That's,
yeah. No, of course. I said it every time I open a soda. Thanks, Gigi. All right, guys. I think that's a good place for us to call it for the night. You've all been fantastic, and I hope that you continue to be fantastic. Have these conversations with the people that are important to you. If you want to hit me up with questions that you have, in order to have me ask them to creators I'm going to be speaking to through this process, my DMs are open everywhere. Please hit me up. You want to know something about Facebook? Ask me. You want to know something about Twitch? Ask me. I may not have the answer myself, but I promise to at least try to get it. And we'll be back with this tomorrow. We may or may not have a ton of progress updates. It may have none, may have a bunch. I don't know. But I can tell you that right now we got 30 days of this family on Mixer together. And after that 30 days is done, we will be somewhere new and the family will still be together. So that's the plan for now. You guys have been absolutely wonderful. I want to thank everybody for hanging out tonight, and we'll see you for reset tomorrow evening. Good night, everybody.